Siyabingelela ubaba Dokotela ubaba wesizwe ubaba ujabulile siseThekwini siKwaZulu Natal. I-address yethu ithi sisekhoneni la Queen Street and Albert Street. Ibility it's Nedbank House building. Sise 19th floor, suite 1904 to 1905. We are situated at Studio 1 at the dark room. Thank you very much.
Greetings, you are at home. It's another episode of Babu Dokotela. It's a brand new day. Greetings, Babu Dokotela.
I greet you.
Yeah, welcome to the show. And today we are dealing with a very controversial topic.
Yes.
People have resigned at work because of this
and the
cryptocurrency.
And to cut all their money.
Yeah. So today we'll be dealing with Bitcoin surge. We're saying it's a surge because we are trying to trace its origins and no one can prove it.
Yes.
So it's a serious surge. But before we get there, I know, Babu Dokotela, you're always ready to give us information from your wealth of knowledge. Let us deal with some spiritual issues here. There is a King Baal, the demon that controls 66 different demons. Can you take us through that one?
I have to help people because my intention is one. I am not recruiting for devil.
Yes.
We have to be very conscious about someone who start to talk about demons, because when they talk about demons, they start to really to unleash the powers that are possessed by the demons. And then they lure you, they set up a trap for you to start to tap to those powers of the evil, the powers of the evil demonic spirit. And now, here we are talking about the most powerful demon in the realm of the darkness. Let me repeat, he is second to Baal. There is Baal, there is Lucifer, and there is Baal. Baal is responsible for 66 different legions of demon. People may not understand. If you are saying 66 legions, we are not counting one by one. We're talking about groups. One legion may have more than 1 million, 10 million.
It's a battalion.
It is a battalion on its own with different assignment.
Yes.
And that demon alone, you as an ordinary person, there is no way that you can repel that demon. There is no way. Because take note, when you pray at any given time,
yes,
there are demons that are ranked themselves as principalities of the dark. They edit, they look at your prayers, request, they start to understand when you be blessed. The day of your blessing, they'll distract you by drinking.
Sure.
And the angel of the Lord will be delivering your blessing. Since you've been praying for this thing, he will find you drunk.
My God.
And Baal's kingdom is capable of blocking and delaying your blessing. There are people who are already blessed, but these spirits, they're able to distract you. That is why when we tell people about these angels, it's of the darkness, it is something that you should know about it, because you start to hate God and say, oh, God is a failure. I have to do this because I've been doing this and then God is not helping me. No, it's not about God helping you. We are going to be helping you to understand who is your enemy and who is your friend. And they always foes and friends. And then the most powerful thing you should know, it is the angelic order of my highest God, not your God, because we are serving different gods. And then once you start to know those angels, like the most powerful angels compared to any demons that are known on earth and in hell, Metatron, Gabriel, those powerful angel. And then just now, when the time is right, I have to pray about this. There is an angel of the Most High God. He is so big. His left-hand side is frozen ice. His right-hand side, it is fire. That is an angel of the Lord. He is feared by all demons. And as I'm talking about this legion, I am not putting fear to you. You must know that we are highly favored. God has elevated the most powerful angels compared to all these things that we are telling you. But now, as I'm releasing the knowledge about Baal, how you spell Baal is B-A-E-L. People who study doctorate in mythology, they should be able to help to get help here. That demon alone, it is a different sector compared to other demons, because he runs his own choir, his own system. and he understands what is going to be happening now. But since people, they don't believe in the second coming of Christ, demons, they don't believe too. They are ready. Let me correct this. Demons, they don't believe in the second coming of Christ. They are getting ready
for the second coming
for
of
the
Jesus
second coming of Christ. They are putting new weapons every time because they don't trust the powers that they'll be needing. And people, and there are demons that are dispersed in the realm of the darkness to delay people in terms of their mentality. There is no God. There is no God. Bible is fake. Islam is for terrorists. And there are demons who have been deployed to do that. We know those demons. We know their names. We know their situation. We know how they operate. We know all that. And they are telling people that there is no, Christ will never return. He has never existed. That is a lie. Those are demons. In an intelligence field, we call PSYOPs special forces. Psychological propaganda intelligence special forces. When you deploy that, you also follow by COMOPS propaganda, COMOPS intelligence propaganda. Then you start to share pamphlets. They'll be telling people that no, there'll be no return of Christ. So that people will sit down and relax while the enemy is getting ready. Demons that are getting ready like no one is business. If you can meet them in their boardroom, they always worried as if Christ will return tomorrow. That is how ready they are. And we as human beings, we are being deceived by these little stupid idiot demons. They are very ugly. Facial ugly, heart ugly, mentality is ugly. But they don't hate a human person. They don't hate you. They hate you because you were created as human. That is why they are challenging you that.
in the image of God.
Yes, that is why they don't hate you individually because you're studying law, you're studying chemical engineering. No, for the fact that you are a human species, they feel like they can vomit when they look at you. Babu Dokotela.
Thank you very much, Doc. But one will say, I've been praying. How then do I position myself for my blessings so that this demon does not distract me and indulge in alcohol by the time my blessings are delivered?
It's a good question because we got people who pray 5 times a day.
Yes.
Muslims, and they still get distracted by these demons. We got people who tell us fast in Christianity for 21 days. And they come back, they find that someone has raped their child, and then they pull a gun and shoot that person. And then when you pray with an intention to be blessed otherwise, number one, you must know the code. When you just pray without knowing the code, there is an angel of the most powerful God. He is fearful by the demons in all realms because there are different realms. Next time we'll talk about 9 layers of hell. There are different realms. When you pray and ask God to ordain that angel to come and bless you, that is Archangel Barakiel. Archangel Barakiel, he knows nothing besides blessing people like you and I. But when the time is right, I'll teach you about Archangel Barakiel. Who is Archangel Barakiel? What is he capable of? Archangel Barakiel, when he appears to you, you think he's a seraphim. He's got 6 wings, but it's different compared to the seraphims because Archangel Barakiel, he is responsible for all guardian angels in heaven, number 6. That is Archangel Barakiel. When you summon that angel, no demon will delay your prayer. I repeat, when you summon God to release Archangel Barakiel and give you blessings to everything that you have touched, no demon will delay. Siyabonga.
Thank you very much. Let us go now even deeper. People out there are even talking about snakes contracts because they are trying to climb this economic ladder that is so difficult in life. Can you take us through about these snake contracts people are taking?
Lucifer is a deceiver. The second ministry of Lucifer is Dajjal. The clear image of Lucifer is a serpent. Serpent is a biblical term that means snake.
Sure.
When you take a contract, I repeat, when you take a contract, let's say if your husband has a child outside, now you're looking for a maid, can you employ the mother of the child to be your maid in your house? The answer is no.
Answer is no, yes.
Because you don't trust her.
Sure.
How come you start to trust a serpent? And we got people who comes to us with an intention of magnitude wealth. Indeed, they do become wealth. We give them the contract, but we need to tell them, you can own this. There is no way that we can let you own it. This is a serpent. The Spirit of the Most High God or Itongolako may not like this. That is why it always put on a certain period so that it will be removed from you and do a spiritual cleansing. Because you are taking a contract with a serpent. And we cannot afford to sell you an enemy. We have to give you a contract for as little as 150,000 to 200,000, depending to what you want. You keep the snake for a certain period. And thereafter, you have to release the snake so that it will be cleansed again. Because we cannot afford you to remain in your property, your house, with a snake. Because we know the consequences. You don't have to ask me what will happen if I keep it permanently. Most of these snakes that you see on YouTube, people playing, those things are made with a computer. There's no such thing as this. There is no such thing as that. Do not be fooled. Do not be fooled. Do not be fooled. Come to us if you want to see this thing. This thing is a drill on its own. It's a proper initiative. Proper initiative. But it's a drill on its own. You don't have to believe what you see. People in their dining rooms or lounge, you see a big snake. That's rubbish. That's rubbish. How come the snake can grow so much?
So big.
So big. Nah, that's rubbish. Babu Dokotela.
Thank you very much, Doc. Right, as people are taking contracts, some will say, no, I have a contract with my pastor, I pay tithes. Some people don't even go to church, but they have other avenues. Can you take us through the zakat? Who should pay a zakat? Is the zakat edible? Take us, do I take it to my priest? Can you take us to your confidence, Doc, about the zakat?
That is why people, they've got so much big stomach, because they eat things that are not supposed to be eaten. Let me repeat this. That is why people in our ministries, they attend church every day. They've got big businesses, but businesses are not replicating. They're not multiplying. They're not growing. Because anything that is produced by the business, they eat everything, even things that belongs to the ministry. They still eat it. And then we got zakat. Zakat, it is something that you sacrifice for your elders. You sacrifice for your pastor, for your ministry. You sacrifice for your traditional health practitioner who has been mentoring you to come to this. Okay, let's correct the spelling. Zakat, if we are Christian, you can also help the Muslim society if you see there is a need to build a school there. You can use that facility as your zakat to build them a school. That is your zakat. Zakat has been paid. You don't have to do it because you got intention to receive something back. And then this time, last month, we were doing zakat for people, but now we are instigating people who understand what is happening under their feet. Sand is starting to shake. Your friends are breaking into different camps. They are not inviting you to join their camps because you believe in Mzabalazwen. But now your friends are changing. You're becoming their opponent. They vote against you. And when things are like that, there is no more that can help you. But when you bring a zakat, let's say, I've been pledging people to bring just a stupid thing. Chinese car, a van actually, GWMP series 10-speed gearbox, 2022 model. That is what I'm asking for. Not that I cannot afford. No, just now, as we are shooting this video, my drivers and my assistant, they're in one of the garage. They're going to buy me Mercedes-Benz A-Class 180 cash. Cash. I'm not begging. I'm telling you what will elevate you. I'm giving you a secret that will help you buoyant. The name buoyant, the word buoyant means floating with the intention not to sink. That is the meaning of the word buoyant. I want to keep floating without intention to sink one day. That is why I'm talking to people who says, Babu Dokotela, I've got pit trucks in Mpumalanga, and now I need to venture to KwaZulu-Natal. But the challenge is serious. I need to move to Northwest. I cannot speak Setswana. These people are divided because I'm not speaking their language. I just speak isiZulu or isiSwati. But because of that, I can see now those people, they don't tolerate me. I'm in Zanin. We are doing sand mining. Those people, they don't tolerate me. That is why we said don't use motives on something that will never work. There is no motive that can stop divorce. Stop fooling yourself. There is no motive that can stop divorce. Divorce, if it's there, it's there. We have to tolerate it. Like there are times whereby you need zakat. When you bring that zakat, I will release something that is so secret. There are angels that I revealed to you people but it was only a friction. I'm not telling you everything. I'm not that stupid. When you want to know about the angels, go study angel. They call it study of demonology and angelology. When you do doctorate in that level, you start to know more about these angels and their function and they are dangerous as well, because Metatron is so dangerous. Believe you me, Metatron is dangerous on its own. But I'm releasing Metatron too. But when you bring that zakat, I'll teach you how to invoke angel that will literally do business for you.
So the zakat is different from the normal offering or tithing
It is
in church?
different because zakat, you do it once in your year. The tithe is 12 times.
Okay.
And it's not even 12 times, depending when are you getting paid.
If you
tithe from there.
It's either weekly, fortnightly, or monthly.
Yes, but zakat can never be like that because zakat, you don't bring your shoes. You can bring your wardrobe. You bring something serious, not something that you had but you don't want to use it.
Sure.
That is different about zakat.
No, thank you very much, Doc. It's a jaw-dropping information. As it is now, I'm sure people are trying to Google. They are all over calling their professors about this information. Thank you very much. Now, we have seen on TV, there is this pastor's ring people are using for supernatural powers. Can you tell us the pastor's ring?
When I was in Alexandria City in Egypt, I came across, number one, pastor's rings are only produced by Muslims community, not Christians.
Muslim community.
Yeah, Muslim community.
Yet they are used by Christians.
Yeah, then they're used by Christians.
What a paradox.
When I was southern part of India, meeting these people who speak Tamil, I had to learn Tamil as well.
Tamil.
Tamil.
Very soft language. Eh?
Yeah, it's very soft, and then they're very dynamic, those people.
Sure.
And then they introduced it to me to rings for prayers.
Sure.
They don't believe in our God, but they produce a ring for us. But that ring, the one that you see pastel flesh, just cosmetic. That ring is covenant. What I mean covenant, it is secret.
Sure.
We don't show it. It is secret. It is literally secret. In Senegal, there are plenty of rings then that are produced by these people who practice Muslim for Christianity. That ring, if you are serious about it, you bring close to 200,000, 100,000, depending to the capacity of your church. And then we initiate you, and then we ask you to invoke the certain angel. Within 7 days, that angel must appear. When that angel appears, you have to swallow the ring.
Like literally, you see the angel.
Yes.
With your naked eyes.
Yes, yeah. We have to. The angel has to appear.
Sure.
When the angel appears, you stand up. We erect an altar for that particular angel, and we chant that angel. We chant that angel. We chant that angel. And then there's a special dress code that we have to wear or you have to don. Thereafter, when that angel appears, then you swallow the ring, and then your secret is there. Your secret is there, and the one that you wear on the left, on the right, that is all. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something serious. And when you talk about these things, you cannot be shared over here because it's certainly seriously difficult. You cannot talk about this. Siyabonga.
Thank you very much, Doc. Now, let us get more traditional or ethnical. People are so proud of their surnames.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Umsholozi, Abu Bakar.
Exactly. And at times, they think there are powers vested in these surnames.
Yes.
When I call my great-grandfather, I feel like things are going to happen even if they were impossible, but it opens some gates for me. How powerful are these surnames? Is there any generational blessings or curses embedded in our surnames?
You just use the word embedded, although I've never been at school to understand, but I think I know what to talk about.
Sure, yes.
Once you say embedded, you're talking about people from Hadebe family. They are very prosperous, those people. They are very prosperous. Kubega,
Sure.
they're doing quite well. Not everybody are doing quite well. Those, especially Hadebe, Makulukulu, because they're Babakulu, but Tabanga, they submit that even though they are big, but they are lower than God. They reduce and then they still continue
Sure.
to serve. Now, they are very, very prosperous. They are very compared. But there are names that like Sitole. We have to tell us the source of the surname Sitole. How does it get erected?
Sure.
It for someone who had sex in his family circle. That is Sitole. Makwaza, what it means, Makwaza,
Sure.
it is a spear that has speared at home, meaning that it is a person that slept with his children. And then they got cast out and then they become Magwaza. And then there are surname whereby a man, certain gentleman, raped a woman on top of the stone till the stone cracks.
Sure.
He could not do it on the floor because he was scared of the grass. And that man, and when you are talking about those four names, we call it four names or surnames, or those four names, they literally identify that is why you are poor. That is why we are poor. There are people who literally don't even want to know about the root of their names. But like myself, I am Zuma, Angi Soul Futangolis. But I needed to know how come I became Zuma. Zuma, somehow in the history, they've forgotten about his name. They considered his action. Zuma was the leader of the legions of one of the soldiers of King Shaka the Great. And then because of his attacks, he used to sneak behind the enemy and slain the enemy. That's all. And they've forgotten about his name. They call him Zuma because that is how he behaved when he attacked the enemy. That is how our name came. But now when it comes to people like Mbanjwa family are from Swaziland.
Sure.
That gentleman, he was worrying brothers' wives. At all time he get caught now and again. He get Mbanjiwe, and then he got literally get casted out because he was Mbanjwa. And then now that spirit and then start to haunt you. And then that is why when you come to us as a younger, we consider Isibongo Sako. Isibongo Sako, we have to deal with it. Literally, we have to deal with it because it is your surname that caused you to be poor. Your surname is responsible for your poverty.
Sure.
Babu Dokotela.
Thank you very much, Doctor. These things are serious because someone would say from the Magwaza family, someone is rich. Maybe I think those are exceptional cases.
Yes.
But they are supposed to flourish altogether.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. It makes sense. Thank you very much, Doc. Now, there is this serious wealth initiation. Some would say it costs money. Can you tell us about the wealth initiation?
A person who says, Babu Dokotela, I've got R1 million, I cannot live like this anymore. Babu Dokotela, I'm a member of parliament. I can see that my diabetic does not allow me to be in the chambers at all times.
Sure.
And I cannot see myself leaving the house and let my children live like this. But your lifestyle is addicting.
Sure.
Your lifestyle, it is costly, but you get addicted to your lifestyle. And now when you want serious wealth, you have to come and consult. When you're serious about that, all I want a T-bone steak that is roasted. I want a teaspoon steak that is not roasted. I want brown rice. I want sugar. And then you have to be in Durban for like 2 to 3 days.
2 to
So
3
that
days
we'll
in Durban.
be able to invoke the spirit that will lead you to eternal wealth. Babu Dokotela.
Thank you very much, Doc, because as we speak, some political parties are approaching their conferences, and some people are going to lose power. When they lose power, obviously the deployments will just vanish.
That's correct. Yeah.
So I'm sure those people need this information and they need to. Thank you very much, Doc. Yeah. Now, Doc, we are not on earth permanently. At some point, we are going to depart.
Oh, yes.
And go to another part of the world because people don't die, no?
No.
They just move to another realm.
Yes.
So there is a belief that people go to hell. There is also a belief that people go to heaven. But we all agree that people don't die.
Oh, yes.
I don't want to talk about heaven and earth.
Yeah, no.
Then
Yes.
what happens to people when they die? Do they become angels? Do
The
they
answer is
become...
no.
Can you take us through, Doc? I know you have this answer.
Yeah. There's no way that you can die and become an angel. You die at the hospital trying to deliver a child and then you just become an angel quick. I don't see that happen. But let's look at this. What is impossible to men, 10 times not impossible to our God, Most High, especially mine, not yours, because we worship the different gods. There are people proven otherwise. I don't like things that I hate. I need to do my research and then test my research otherwise in different spectrums. We prove otherwise that there are people in the realm of the heaven. God is not telling us everybody, but He did indicate that people who did well on earth, they are not going to face judgment or persecution or what.
Sure.
They'll literally be converted into angelic beings. Babu Dokotela, now we are confusing us. Now we are lying. Prove us to us. Let's talk about the Archangel Metatron, how he was formed. Archangel Metatron, how he was formed. How come Archangel Metatron, he has 365,000 heads? How he was formed.
Is it Meta or Metatron?
Metatron.
Meta.
Metatron. Metatron.
Thank you very much, Doc.
Yes. How he was formed. How come he's got 72 wings? How come one of his wings is equal to a planet Earth?
Shoo.
That angel is vast. The angel, he has so many heads with different tongues, but when you look at his eyes, they are full of glory of God. He has seen God. The reason why he has so many heads, he gives God a praise. He praise him 24 hours because it is said that one of the times it confuses the heavens that Metatron has got so much power, he's second to God. And then God said he must be slashed 70 times with the iron rod that is hot 72 times. And he was slashed and then he still surrendered to God. He worshipped God as if nothing happened. That is Archangel Metatron. There are people like Babu Mahlaba and the ministry that they've got currently, they sell no product at their church. Once you become a pastor, you start to preach God in heaven and you introduce this product that replaces God. You are a nyanga.
Sure.
You are just a nyanga. Once a pastor starts to sell t-shirts, just a salesman selling textile.
It's another industry.
I'm not talking about. I'm talking people like Baba or N.J. Mahlaba. People who carry the glory of God with his hand till he dies. He refused to surrender. Even though Lucifer threatened to kill him if he doesn't surrender God, he rather die instead of surrendering to God. And there are people like that. God is capable of perverting those people to be angels. Baba Lechulele is getting old now, closing to 70 years, is still calling God as God. And some people at their age, they become sangomas, becoming nyangas. Because they assume it's a quick way to make money.
Sure.
Go to NGF, God never fails, and sit down there for 1 hour. I went there, I was there last week. I sat there for 1 hour, listening to the man of God preaches. In the Kuluma Ngomloma, it is alive. It is alive. We are talking about those people that Baba Okumbi. Pastor Okumbi, we were listening to him when we were young. Even today, he's still holding the pulpit. He's not moving his position. He's not selling products.
Yes.
He's not selling your oil, salt, special handkerchief, special t-shirt that you use with his face here. He's not selling one of these. I'm a young, I can sell it. Those people, God is capable of making them angels. And I don't regret what I just said. God, there is nothing that God can stop him.
Sure.
There's nothing. Babu Dokotela.
Thank you very much, Doctor. I know this one will make you very unpopular. I'm happy I'm on this side of the camera. Because our topic from the beginning was the Bitcoin search.
Yes.
Sometimes for a serious awakening, you have to touch the nerve.
Yes, yes.
People are investing their future on Bitcoin. In fact, they say it's a future money. Yet, our topic today, it says it's a search. Can you take us through this Bitcoin
search?
Yes, Bitcoin search.
Yeah, it's correct. It's correct. Right. Let's talk about the Russia and Ukraine war. That is where we've noticed Bitcoin search. In mafias, drug dealers, they got exposed. They use blockchain to pay each other illicit funds using Bitcoin because it's not traceable.
Sure.
Most people who are seated in the highest position in Bitcoin are just mafias. They are faceless, they've got no address. And then Bitcoin, it has surged, whereby people, they're even taking their retirement last month and then put it in there, and nothing comes back.
Nothing comes back.
Nothing comes back. Anything form of transaction that has no 3 months bank statement, it is a global scam.
Sure.
If it cannot produce a statement that can allow a bank to fund you, it is a global scam. Why Bitcoin cannot loan people to buy houses? There's no way they can do that. Why Bitcoin cannot be used to finance someone else's car? Because they know that they're illusion. They've got no address. They're illusion.
The cryptocurrency.
They are illusion.
But it's on billboards. If you drive to Johannesburg,
it is everywhere. There's one ATM per 60 million population. There's only one ATM per province. That is what to call that? How come a company that assumed to have so much wealth can only afford to have one ATM? The population around Durban is 3 million, but there's only one ATM.
At Musgrave Center.
Musgrave Center.
I've seen one there, yes.
Only. And you mean that the queue, how long is the queue that is going there?
There's no queue there.
Which means the queue will be 36 days just to withdraw.
Sure.
And then it is well orchestrated. It is well orchestrated by people who knows what they want, not what they'll do for people. Ever since Bitcoin donated any funds to any people, they cannot do that because no one's got a weight, no one's got authority. It's all in computers.
Sure.
It's all in computers, which means if you are taking your money now, give it to your pastor and ask pastor to do something in the church. If you've got money now, take it to your Nyanga and ask Nyanga to do something for you because you cannot tolerate it. Rather than taking money and put it in Bitcoin, because you can take R1 million and put it in your Bitcoin account and see what will happen next year. And something good they'll tell you. COVID will come back, blah, blah, blah will come back.
Yes.
Monkeypox will come. And then your ratings will start to drop. Looting will come. You'll start to depreciate.
Sure.
And so many coins now are created. They are claiming from Bitcoin. That is all non-flat scam.
So there is no empowerment there.
There is no, because if there was empowerment, you should have a degree in order to join Bitcoin. Now, they don't need any degree because they know this thing is not going to take you anywhere.
Like Forex.
Same thing.
Same thing.
All junkies, they do Forex, competing with executive banks. Banks, they've got a floor, a department that works 24 hours trading Forex. Who are you on the floor? You're just like an incense.
They say they'll send you a WhatsApp group to tell you which share to buy at what time.
Yes.
You must when to buy, when to sell, all of those things.
Yes.
No,
Yes. Now this thing of Bitcoin, you go there at your own risk, you come back crying. Because most of people, they created enemies rather than friends.
Yes. That means our society is in trouble.
Big time.
Is in serious trouble.
Yeah, big time. Because this thing comes like a virus on its own in terms of cyber warfare, but financially. Because it's eating out people's economy, but they are building no infrastructure for any country. Unlike China, China is identical. They loan Africa, but they're building something that is tangible. But Bitcoin is bringing nothing.
I was expecting them to help the victims of floods in the past 2 months in
not
KZN.
willing. No, casinos not willing.
The Suncoast casinos.
No.
Your Hollywood beds.
Because they are going by in a covenant, they've got rules that you don't help the poor. Because people don't have, they have to understand. This I have to tell you now. I don't care what you'll do. If you can kill me for this, beautiful. When you want to instigate God, especially my God, not your God, if you want to provoke God, help the poor. Start to feed the poor. God, in his throne, he will stand up in a position to bless you.
Yes.
That is how you get instigated. But they know when they help the poor, they will instigate their iron God, who has one eye. Because when you take this religion, we are not supposed to help the poor. No matter how honest are you at the casino, they can never give you coins for free. You pay for your coins, you pay for a ticket. In lottery, you can play lotto for 30 years. You cannot go there and ask for a ticket just for free. When you win, you always give them.
Just one voucher.
Just one voucher of 3 rand. They said, no, we don't do that. Because their intention, their iron God, did not allow them to help the poor. As much as my God, if you want to or instigate him, help the poor. And you'll see the power of God unleashed to you because you have instigated. Anyone who's helping a poor person is a friend of God automatically. You don't have to go to church for that. You're automatically a friend of God. The time they flock to church, the time you gather all poor people, you give them the food parcels, you give them blanket, you give them vouchers to go buy something that you don't have in your food. That is where you become a friend of God. Not by raising the big tent, asking people to come and donate to you and buy a new car, Range Rover. Babu Dokotela.
Thank you very much, Doc. We say life begins with better knowledge, and knowledge is like numbers; it does not end. We do not end our discussion. It will continue with more topics. People must subscribe. People must share this information as well. Thank you very much, Dokotela.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Bye.
you.